Today's been great. I think that these events are increasingly more and more important as we all try and navigate our path in this sort of new paradigm. I would say that, like, from my panel, what we wanted to try and do was build different opinions from, I would say, luxury big box, which is obviously was represented by Dan A at Curry's, and then Dan B did Gymshark, which is, I wouldn't call it fast fashion, but faster and much more brand led. So having like the difference of perspective across those different areas in how agentic commerce is affecting each of those types of businesses in those lanes across those different dimensions was really good. We always kind of land at the same thing, which is we're all wrestling with the same problems in slightly different streets, but it was always it's a good thing that we all come together to kind of talk about these things as humans. I think so much of our time is spent apart that things like this are really great for bringing everyone together to talk about the issues that we face today.
It was always it's a good thing that an AI-ready organisation actually look like in practice? I mean, your job role is SVP agentic commerce, right? So that's a new role.
Yeah.
So how does that kind of work? How is it sort of fitted into the current culture?
Yeah, it's a good question. Just to replay that, like, I think we hear the term AI native business a lot at the moment, and like what I actually was talking about this on the train on the way up here, and my role specifically with the agentic commerce bit, that is definitely a new area. I would say in January, NRF, Google did a huge amount of updates around agentic commerce with the UCP protocol, which has been added onto, including at I/O the other week. So this is a new area where all of these merchants are trying to work out how they make the most of this new technology, but consumer behavior, I think, is ahead of where the merchants are. They don't always have even their own human data organized and optimized to serve basic personalization on the kind of human side of things. So to be ready for like an agent-first agentic experience is like there's something like, whoa, we need to catch up. The other thing that I would say is the big tech companies, so OpenAI, Amazon, Google specifically, they're releasing all these updates, and they're not even available in the UK at the moment, or Europe. So UCP is not even available here at the moment. It's in America in beta, and I think maybe it's being rolled out in Canada next. So a lot of the technology that is going to be available to be used by these brands and these merchants is still kind of being rolled out. On the other side of it, what do I mean? What do I think about an AI native company? I think any company that's kind of born of this age and is new and has all of their systems and processes that are being developed and run by agents to be much more efficient. Again, I talked about it in my session. It's not about cuts and doing more with less. It's just about being effective with the technology that's available. So even things like when you join a new company that's AI native, the onboarding will be all taken care of by an agent, rather than having that whole thing of like, where do I go to for this? I've got to set my laptop up. Who do I ask about this? Everything is like, I've taken care of that for you. Everything's set up. You ask for this. It happens. So that's kind of how I think about this AI native stuff. And on the agentic commerce, it is definitely new. Everyone's wrestling with it. Everyone's trying to work it out. But I think as the months and years go by, it's just going to become more and more normal.
Do you think it's months, or do you think it's years?
I think it's months. Yeah, I think it's months because it's being driven by consumer behavior. We're already starting to see more and more discovery happening in LLMs, but I think more and more people are getting their heads around agents. I sort of think of it a bit like when we were all asked to put our credit cards on our phones to tap. Everyone's like, oh no, fraud. So it feels weird, feels alien, but now people will go through the day tapping tens of times. Yeah, exactly, pretty much. So you don't think anything of it, but it's similar for agents. It's like, do I trust an agent to go and buy things for me? If we are certain people in this room, they're all in, they've got OpenClaw, they're using Hermes, they're using Little Bird, they're using all these different things. There's others that are a bit more reserved, but I just think that the horse is well out the gate now.
And what would you say to, I suppose, industry leaders who are kind of wanting to sit back, see how it all plays out? Do you think they're going to be left behind, or do you think that's quite a
I think we touched on it at the end of the panel. The best antidote to sort of decision paralysis is do stuff. It's just to build. It's to experiment. It's to lean in. It's to try things. We're doing a hell of a lot of work at the moment with brands like PayPal, where the mindset in the engineering culture has shifted from we're going to go down this road and we're going to kind of keep going down it to we may spend 6 months doing something and go, we're going to throw it all away because we learned so much, but now we know it's this and that's the right way to go. So there's definitely a mindset shift in engineering cultures at the moment, which is, we're going to automate as much as we can, but we're also going to be accepting of the fact that there there could be new and better ways or more powerful technology that emerges that will take us a better, faster, and more productive path as we go.